When I opened the liftgate of the Volvo crossover, I thought, what's with the little tiny jail? And how small are the inmates in Sweden? Then the rest of my synapses fired, and I realized it was really a dog crate. Not much shocks me after a couple of decades of reviewing cars, but I must say the Pooch Penitentiary was a surprise.
It's a very pet-friendly car. We've always been very pet-friendly at Volvo, and it has the optional pet cage, which can go in the rear of the vehicle, crash-tested, keeps pets safe, keeps passengers safe.
Jim Nichols is a spokesperson for Volvo.
You have two options. You have the cage, which kind of divides the rear area between luggage and where the dog can sit. So that has some smaller dogs that can usually accommodate there. We also have the cage, which is just along the back, so the whole back space can be used for pets, and you can fit some larger animals back there.
Jim says that in addition to keeping Susie the sheepdog safe, Volvo continues its tradition of keeping bipeds on 2 feet.
So city safety, which is standard across all of our Volvo vehicles, and what city safety does is it's a number of technologies, a number of cameras and sensors, which is able to detect other vehicles, but also other pedestrians, and give the driver enough warning when there's a potential incident that could occur. But if the car decides that an incident is most likely going to happen, it can automatically apply the brakes so that you don't wind up hitting pedestrians or another vehicle.
Now think about that sentence. You said, if the car decides.
Yes.
Is that really cool or really scary? I don't know.
Well, I think it depends on your approach to it, but important to us with city safety is giving the driver every last possible chance to make the corrections themselves, because sometimes it is safer to steer out of the way. Sometimes it is safer to accelerate. And so our auto brake really operates at the very last possible moment. And that's very important for us because we want to make sure that there aren't any false auto brakes. Because with false auto braking, what winds up happening is people want to turn that function off, and then the whole design, the whole safety design of that is then lost if it's turned off.
As each of these systems gets better, it brings us closer to automatic driving lanes that will allow commuters to plug into the highway and unplug from the act of driving for routine trips. In the meantime, Scandinavian-born Chinese Volvo is doing what it can to keep us safe in a world of texting, talking, disengaged drivers. Speaking of disengaged drivers, I might be talking about myself. The Volvo kept warning me that I was drifting out of my lane. On a long trip, the Swedish sled also kept telling me I needed to stop and take a break. I didn't feel tired, but I wasn't sure if George Orwell's Ride knew something that I didn't. The controls in the Volvo were blissfully easy to use. My favorite feature, the traditional touch-tone keypad. Being able to dial by feel instead of taking my eyes off the road or getting into a game of cyber charades with Siri is a great advantage. But while the pound and star push pad is great, I couldn't find a logical place to put my phone where it would charge, but I wouldn't forget it. The steering wheel was extremely comfortable. While that may sound normal to you, there are a lot of cars on the market that seem to have had their steering wheels made by Fisher-Price. Since we're supposed to hold on to the wheel the entire time we're driving, I'm a big advocate of nice steering wheels with a good feel. The ride was comfortable and compliant. The mileage on the XC60 was also comfortable, with 17 miles per gallon in the city, 24 on the highway. The gas tank holds 18.5 gallons. The Volvo will get you from 0 to 60 in 6.1 seconds, according to Car and Driver. The automatic high beams on the Volvo function much better than similar systems on other vehicles. Additionally, the headlights turn with the steering wheel, which is a huge advantage for people who drive a lot at night, especially on dark side roads. Bambi thanks you in advance. The Volvo XC60 T6 all-wheel drive starts at $42,400. Options on our test car included the Platinum package with adaptive cruise control with Q Assist, collision warning with full auto brake, distance alert, also known as look up, you're about to hit that car in front of you, and built-in child booster seats. That brought our total prices tested to $52,225. At the end of your drive, when you lock the Volvo, the mirrors fold in, not only protecting them from passing bikes and taxis, but also as a visual cue to let you know, yes, you did indeed lock the doors. Remember, lock yourself into our YouTube channel for all of our video reviews. I'm Grant Winter, reporting for Real World Test Drive.